미국 LA에 거주하고 있는 조단 오름은 매우 잘나가는 영상 편집자인데요. 유명한 팝 가수들의 뮤직비디오 편집자이기도 하고 나이키와 같은 대형 기업의 상업 광고를 맡아 편집하기도 하였습니다.
What's up guys, my name is Jordan Orm and I'm a professional music video editor. You guys know I like to do a little bit of name dropping. Here are some artists I've edited music videos for. Justin Bieber, Post Malone, Roddy Ricch, Tyga, G-Eazy, Quavo, Kehlani, Sway Lee, Megan Thee Stallion, and many more.
이처럼 영상 편집계에서는 그야말로 월드클래스라고 할 수 있는 그는 2018년도부터 K-팝 팬임을 자처하고 있었는데요. 그 중에서도 방탄소년단은 항상 그의 1순위였다고 합니다.
So I've been a K-pop fan for about 2 years now, and we all know that at the top of the list is BTS. Army, get in the house, here we go.
오늘은 그가 영상 편집 전문가의 관점에서 리뷰한 방탄소년단의 뮤직비디오에 대해서 알아보려고 합니다. 그럼 시작합니다.
Welcome back to a new episode of Music Video Editor Reacts, where I react to music videos from a professional music video editor perspective. Today I'm reacting to my favorite BTS music video, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. I actually haven't seen this video in a long time, so I'm excited to take a peek at it again and see what I notice. This video is chock full of symbolism, like way too much to go over in one video. And there's a ton of other videos and articles about theories, but I really want to focus on the editing and how the story is affected by the choices that the editor and the director make. Oh my gosh, see, look at this freaking composition. Ooh, you guys see that match cut? I love match cuts, man. It's like every video I talk about a match cut. So we get into this close-up of Jimin getting his face covered, and then we cut to him taking off the hand in a new location. So it's like basically a game of peekaboo, but it's like a different face, like we're in a new location. It's a sick transition. So it looks like RM's getting tempted with a little bit of poison here. No, RM, no! It looks like RM is turning to the dark side. I forgot how beautiful this video is. Oh my gosh. Okay, we gotta stop. This is gorgeous. Look at this man. Like, I have a girlfriend, but these are some beautiful men right here. Ashley, I love you, but anyway. That's so good. Dude. So we have like a little whoosh sound, and it literally matches the bow and arrow perfectly. So the editor took what was given to them, found little bits in the producing of the song, and made that almost a sound effect to what we're seeing. The most iconic dance moment in K-pop history. Jimin just wrecking us. Now. Bro. No. Do you guys see? This is genius filmmaking. Okay, this is like an editing masterclass right here, guys. And he spends so much time like in front of the statue, like he's getting tempted by it, but he's like examining it first. He's not like committing or anything. He's not signing the deal. But then when he gets ready to, he's like, okay, I'm gonna commit. I'm gonna commit to whatever this thing is. He gets ready to kiss it, like signing the contract, signing his soul away basically. And then right at that moment, we cut to this shot, which we've been seeing before, but the light barely just like reveals his scars. We're like, boom, connection made. The Dark Angel and freaking V. Like, oh my gosh. Super quick shot. It's like, boom, look, he's the freaking angel right before he kisses it. Okay. Boom, scars. And then we cut back to him and he's like, he gives like a little evil. Oh, guys, that is so freaking genius. This video is just on another level, guys. Oh my gosh. Bro, when the beat dropped, my blood just went cold. I literally have goosebumps on my arms right now. Oh, damn. Wait, who is that? Is that Jungkook? Oh, this is Jungkook right here, bro. Oh. He's just in the background. He starts fighting him. Jungkook's all mad. He's like, bro, you just hit my boy. I'm gonna beat you up for that, dude.
see these people that are no longer dead bodies, but I see that they are in fact people, I think, but they're like praying or something.
Yeah, those are people. It looks like they're kind of bowing down, almost respecting our other character here as king of the land. It's like they're assuming a posture of submission right now.
Look at these shots, though. These shots are just beautiful.
They're on another level. Without saying anything, we are showing the audience what these two characters are. We have a powerful, oppressive ruler and a super ambitious young peasant. I'm in it. I'm in the story.
Oh, dang.
Bro! Dude!
Wow.
This is so good. We're in this super long shot that's really symmetrical, and he walks towards the camera, and he says in the lyrics, "off with their heads." And then he does this cutting of the neck move, and we match cut that exact action to a new location.
Okay.
And we're in a nice wide shot, and he's literally in the exact same position. Boom down on a crane, and we see a decapitated dude.
Oh.
Right after we heard the lyric, "off with their heads."
Wow. That's brilliant.
That is how you do storytelling, people. That's how it's
brilliant.
done.
That's
Oh
brilliant.
my gosh. Every single shot has a purpose to explain what these characters are like. No.
No. What?
My boy.
What?
Let's go. What is happening?
What's happening? What? Oh, dang.
No.
Dang.
Mm-mm.
Okay. He's going to shoot himself. What? How does that work?
This video is my favorite video of this year.
Dude,
no doubt about it.
I think this is my favorite video, K-pop or non-K-pop even.
Oh, I'm sweating. Oh, we love that little foot thing to the record scratch. Bro, this is hard. Ooh! So here we got the Bangtang boys. They're just chilling in this interrogation room, which represents them feeling oppressed, feeling scrutinized. We see all these cameras on them, and they're just being interrogated for their fame and for their voices. I feel like these black figures represent haters. It looks like they're holding microphones. We see that the hooded figures were holding microphones that were pointed kind of at BTS, trying to get their opinion and how they're being scrutinized by the media. Lots of times I see editors do zoom transitions just because they look cool, but this is not the case here. Here, we have a zoom transition that's motivated because of the choreography. As their hands come out, the editor pulls back the camera with the zoom transition to reveal a new scene. Yeah. Hey, hey. The reason that is good is because it's motivated by the choreography. It's not just a zoom transition just for the sake of a zoom transition. Hey! So we had BTS, they're being interrogated, they're trapped. And then the next scene that we cut to is them in a prison block. So they're still using their music and expressing themselves, blocking out the haters, but they still feel imprisoned and entrapped by everyone around them. And then we have a scene with Suga in the dark room, and he has this image of a picture that he lit on fire. So it's like the media is taking photos of them, there's stuff getting documented all over the place, but he's like, nah, man, this stuff doesn't matter. What matters is the music. It's all about what we're bringing to the table, not the way that we look. Ooh, that's a sick effect. Let's check this out, y'all. So this shot in particular is really interesting. It looks like we have a normal shot with Jimin leading us of the members dancing, but in addition to that, we have an overlay. Look at this. We have a lot of motion blur over the top. So it looks like they did the exact same shot, but they did it with a very low shutter speed. So there's a lot of moving and like blurry motion over the top of it. And then they throw that motion blur shot on a blend mode and flicker it on and off to the beat, and it looks super sick. Hey! So the scrutiny on BTS just gets more and more intense as they get more and more free. So early in the video, we had microphones on them, and then we have cameras on them in the photos, and now we have video cameras on them, and there's just so much attention on them that they don't know what to do with it. But they are still experiencing freedom in their music and expressing themselves. And also, it looks like we cut back to the hooded figures, but this time, instead of just holding microphones, they're kind of almost vibing to the music. So it's like the haters, you know, they don't hate it anymore. Ooh! And then those really fast cuts are this insane match cut that you probably didn't catch. But look, we tell the whole story with these fast cuts. We start in the interrogation room, and then we go to the street where all chaos has broken loose. And in order to blend these shots together, we have invert effects that look like this. So we just flash the invert on and off, and boom, we're in a new location. Look at this match. Look how they matched it so perfectly. Boom. It's time for BTS to take over the world and spread the fire. Ooh! Oh my gosh, look at this. So when Suga drops the mic, the haters who were invisible also drop their mics. They're like, y'all, we agree with you. We're with you. We're part of ARMY now. Mic drop. That's a beautiful sunset. Don't do it to me, Jimin. Boy just shot me. Alright. One thing, guys. Look, this is weird, okay? Because frickin' music videos usually have moving cameras all the time. And since the music started, the camera hasn't moved at all. In the beginning here, we had like a little zoom in to Jimin. But like in the verses, since the music started, the camera hasn't moved. And oh, I love that. I love when directors are good enough to not move the camera and not just fly it around on a steady cam. And they just put it on sticks and like, hey, we're just going to use editing to create the energy. So we have a lot of fast cutting, a lot of different angles. And like that stuff is super sick. And I just love that. So let's see if the camera starts moving or what happens. One thing that I want to point out too is every shot is motivated into the next shot. So the director, freaking Young Suk Choi, oh my gosh, you gotta stop doing this to me, bro, because he's so good. There's like little pointing, little like looks, like little tiny arrows, honestly, like little motivators that lead us into the next shot. And it's so good. Like literally just watch a little bit of this with me. This looks like VFX behind him. Because the whole background feels so flat. Like, I think he's literally on a green screen and all of this stuff is VFX. But it matches super well. Ooh, that little spin match cut. You guys see that? Let's watch it again. Wait. Right here, the spin. Hey! Yes! Bro, the camera's just not moving. Now it's starting to move. That was like one of the first moves I actually saw. There's so much static camera though. This is so weird. Oh, that move, bro. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to do it. Don't do it to me, bro. This was such a fun video, guys. It was so fun. And yeah, the biggest takeaway I have is that you don't need to move the camera to create energy. This is like a huge budget BTS music video. And guess what? They didn't even have to hire a Steadicam ever. No Steadicam. You can create freaking good stuff with just you, your little DSLR, and your tripod. And that's all you need. Like, you don't need all this big equipment to make good videos, guys. Like, literally watch this and start freaking taking notes, because that's what I'm doing. Okay, so we got a flower. Bro. Oh, they're already doing it to me. We got Jin in this room by himself, and then he closes the curtains on Jungkook as if Jin has something to hide. Jin's hiding something. Maybe he's hiding in his flower. I don't know. But he's hiding something. This is crazy. This shot is insane. I think what they ended up doing, because I hear basically all the effects in this video are practical. There's hardly any CGI. I feel like this is just a bunch of like paper and dust blown through the window, and it's not actually an explosion, but it really looks like just a ton of shrapnel is about to take Jin out. That was a cool keyhole transition. Let's check that out. So it looks like this transition is comprised of 3 shots. So if you're trying to make a transition like zooming into an eye or zooming out of a keyhole or like literally any kind of zooming into a small space, it's nice to get multiple shots to kind of create the transition and blend them all together. So we start with the black void, and we can zoom out as far as we want because the background is black. And we zoom out into our first shot, or our second shot, I guess. And this is a zoomed in version of the keyhole. Right from this shot, we go into a new shot, which is a zoomed in version of this last shot. You can tell it's just all pixelated and kind of blurry because it's punched in. And then we go out to the wide shot. So with those 3 shots, 1, 2, 3, and a little bit of masking, we have a super cool transition. So try that in your own videos. Ooh. Oh, okay, J-Hope. I see ya. So J-Hope's room is full of a bunch of carnival stuff. I read somewhere that he got abandoned as a child at a carnival or something, and so that's his fear. He's like afraid of abandonment. But he doesn't want to let Jungkook know about his fear and accept him into it. So he's still being fake with the way that he's living, and Jungkook wants him to be real. The lyrics here say, try babbling into the mirror, and the choreography reflects a mirror in this section. This part blows my mind. Choreographer, go off. Oh my gosh. Look at that, bro. And the filmmaker covered it so well too, because we did a little over the shoulder, which literally looks like we're a mirror talking to each other. Ooh, do you see that match cut? We have Jin looking at his lantern, and he starts getting up, and then right as he starts getting up, Jungkook gets up looking down through the window into Jimin's room. That probably wasn't planned, but in editing, the editor saw that we had 2 similar shots and decided to cut them together, and that's what we get, and it's so satisfying to watch. So much is happening. So now it's at this point in the story that things start to really fall apart, like quite literally. As Jungkook is moving through the house, through all the different rooms, all chaos breaks loose. So this section, we have a set that is basically falling down, and that's super cool. Great job, production design, creating this set that falls off. This is super cool. So also, in order to make this section feel really chaotic, we moved the camera to handheld. Before, all the camera shots were really smooth and calm, and now we have like some shaky and everything's crazy because the house is literally falling apart. And then one more thing, we have sound effects. Normally in music videos, you don't have sound effects. You don't hear what's actually going on, but we have this like rumbling effect as the house is literally falling apart. Whoa, Suga. Whoa, buddy, don't throw your guitar like that, dude. Hey, it's okay. He needs a hug. Somebody go hug him. He's upset. And everything had turned to sand before. The sand has turned into flowers. This sound design is really good right here. Like, I love the little details that they're putting in. So when we're on Jungkook's face, the ambient sound, the waterfall is a little bit softer. But when we're looking at the waterfall, it's louder, and then it goes softer once we look at him again. And it kind of like feels like we're in the space with him, and that water is so real. Dang! Okay, this is insane. Jungkook has gotten to them finally. We have a turning point in the video. Jungkook has turned the sand, their fears, into flowers again, and now they're letting the fear in. Now they're being real. Where Jimin before turned the faucet off, he didn't want to let any fear be discovered. He is now being vulnerable. He's being open, and water is pouring in. And then we also have Suga right here with a ton of fire. He is letting the destruction around him happen, and he is okay with it because we're human, and that's who we are. Freaking editors, great job putting the water and fire right next to each other, because we just really love, as humans, seeing opposites. So lots of times when you're editing, it's really good to compare images that are very similar, like when you do match cuts, but also it's really good to compare images that are very, very different, and that also brings a very satisfying feeling. Oh, the zooms. I can't do it, y'all. Don't do it to me, brother. Jungkook. This is like one of the most iconic dance sections in my humble opinion. The zooms and the little camera things in this section are what make K-pop K-pop. Yes. Yes. The little zoom from the wide angle lens to the long lens. Oh. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing is it's like a little lower production value. It's like almost like a home camera. Like I could have made this with the camera that you're watching on right now, and like that's okay. We don't need freaking $85,000 cameras to make a music video. You just need you use your phone, make a music video. Oh! All right, I'm gonna get all film nerd on you guys here real quick, but they broke what's called the 180-degree rule. Basically, what you have is when you have a scene, characters need to be looking either screen left or screen right. And the easiest way for me to explain this without going in depth is on this wide shot here. When Jungkook looks at Jimin, he's looking from screen right to screen left. And then when we go to his close-up, he's looking screen left to screen right. So they flipped. And you need to keep that consistent, and so that was like a slight filmmaking mistake that I've seen. But you know what? This is like a quarantine iPhone. It's not an iPhone, obviously, but this is like a low-budget quarantine movie. So, we'll let it slide. We'll let it slide. But as far as filmmaking education, try to not break that rule. Detail of having him come into the scene on the next frame. Okay, director Jungkook, I see you. You were thinking of those things. You're like, okay, we're going to be an RM scene here, then we're going to have him come in on the second half of his verse. You gotta think about those things. Well done, Jungkook. I see you. Oh! Okay, so I got the subtitles up here, and it says, prompts me to press the dust-covered rewind, which is a mouthful. Okay, RM, spitting those bars. Anyway, I would think that you would want to show the dust shot that we had earlier with him, like, grabbing the dust and... You would probably want to show that during the dust-covered lyric. That's a slight critique that I have that I think would have made the music video better if maybe they would have flipped the scenes and had this sitting scene first on the first half of Arm's verse and then have him like outside. That probably isn't the best solution, but it would be awesome to have the dust during the dust lyric. Wow, that was cool. That's cool. So the lyrics say there's no end in sight when we're talking about quarantine, but at the same time, we're in a tunnel and we're looking at the end in sight, and there actually is an end in sight, and the light at the end of the tunnel is bright. Okay? And it says, is there a way out? Frick yeah, there's a way out. We're coming out of the tunnel right now. The visuals matching with the lyrics are so good. Oh, that's so cute. At the beginning of the scene, they were being all emo and like, man, this sucks. We have to like stay inside and like whatever. But then they're like watching home movies, like remembering all the good times that they had. And then at the end, they're like all like hugging each other. They got like some lovey-dovey, some physical touch. I got a friend who's Korean. He says skinship. So we got some skinship up in here. They're just, they love each other. We know. He's looking at the stadium that they would have concerts at normally, but it's empty. Guys, my heart. That was cool. Now they're performing live, like the old days. Guys, they're performing like the old days. Jin was just like, okay, let's close our mind. Let's close our eyes, and let's go to the future. And then you open it, and we're freaking on stage, just like the old times, sitting on the chairs, dressed in white, just serenading the crowd of millions. Oh, yeah, let's be honest, we all want to go back to that. That's pretty freaking sick. Oh! the baseline. Okay, so very important here. Since we're going with the theory, this is just a theory, by the way, according to the director. So I think it's pretty valid, but there's a bunch of theories about the black cloak dudes, so go check those out. But RM here is controlling them. That's like the whole point of this intro scene. They're gonna be dancing with us for the entire video, so we're gonna like show you that RM is controlling the haters. Like, he doesn't care about the haters. Haters? Who is that? I don't know. I'm just gonna control them because they're my freaking minions. So RM is asserting his dominance over the haters right from the get-go, and I think it just helps explain like why they're dancing with them.
No, not today.
Ooh, that zoom, and then it comes back on the yeah. Let's check that out, bro. That was good. That was dope. That was fire.
No, not today.
Oh, so just to like emphasize that, yeah, use camera movement to just like bring it out and make it feel even more visceral. So we push in with like a transform effect in editing. So the camera is pushing in, but we emphasize that even more by pushing in the editing. And then right when he hits that, nah, we immediately pull back. So it's just a what? And it just like really makes us feel that moment.
No, not today. No, not today.
Push in, nah. Oh, that was good editing. This is why. The whole point of this close-up shot here is to make us feel like where the frick did the members come from. And the reason we feel that is because we see this wide shot right before it. So good job, editor, cutting to the wide shot so we see there's literally nobody around him. Nobody in a freaking mile. And then we cut to the close-up, and then the boys just come out of nowhere. Where did they come from? They're teleporting. They're freaking teleporting. Oh, that was good editing. Oh! Why are BTS always shooting me, man? I just want a break. Please they shot me in Dynamite. Don't do it to me, Jimin. Oh! And now they're shooting me again. Guys, I just don't want to be shot. Ooh! Oh, okay. So this is another like instance of showing why the black cloaked people are haters. So we have the haters here creating a wall, and then the rest of BTS is trying to get past the haters. Because RM is really feeling himself on this verse. He's just like, man, I'm freaking the best. You can't touch me. Like, I got charting, whatever. And the rest of BTS is like, bro, we're trying to get through. We're trying to get through the haters. And they eventually break through. And they're in it. Ooh! You see that dolly zoom? So they did the same thing where they basically told everybody to freeze, pulled the camera out really, really far, but also at the same time they zoomed, so it looked like the background was like warping and looking weird. Check it out. You see that? Oh, that's such a crazy feeling. Oh, that's so crazy. Gotta love a good dolly zoom. Oh! Oh, they're getting shot too. Okay, whoa. Okay. So much just happened right there. So two guys got shot, just straight up, like me. Whenever I watch BTS, I get shot, and they got shot. And then it looks like after those two guys got shot, like this was like earlier in the video, the haters were hating on them. They were like, you're the worst. And then the haters, but they turn into fans and they go and sacrifice themselves for the rest of BTS. So they're like, the haters are like turning into a rebel splinter group, and the splinter group's like, bro, I'm gonna sacrifice myself for you, BTS, because we're army now. And it's getting crazy, bro. Performance is crazy. See, now they're running with him. They're like running slower. They're not like trying to chase him like they were before. They're like, we're with you. And this is like, it literally looks like an army. Like, how cool is that? There's an actual army now behind BTS. This is such an epic way to... This is artful and beautiful and perfect the way that it is. Look how we just start wide on a single spotlight. And then Jimin just takes us on a journey, puts his hands up, and then poosh, everybody's there. That's just what humans love. We love getting our expectations defied. We saw one person, he puts his hand up, cut to the next shot, a bunch of people there. We're like, plot twist, that was awesome. And my favorite part is the framing in this shot. We just have a black void. The song has a lot of dark feelings within it, hence the name Black Swan. And I love how that shot just shows the darkness with the way that it's framed. Wow, that was incredible. This is one of my favorite cuts that I've seen so far because it's a close-up to close-up match cut transition, but it's not really a match cut because we're not taking the character and cutting to a different scene with him in the exact same place. Instead, he's ducking down, and then we cut to a new place, and then he pops back up in a new place. That's just a genius cut, man. It's just really good filmmaking. Just good editing, bro. Was that VFX or was that real? Because that looks crazy. This is some of the best VFX I've seen. You guys have too much money, bro. Ah! I think a huge thing that helps is the sound, but also look at the texture of the feathers. Like, they don't look fake. This looks like the fuzziest thing ever. I just want to give it a hug, bro. Because that looks fuzzy as frick. Wow, okay. Whenever you're showing a close-up in anything, you're telling the audience to pay attention to this moment. And so he's almost creating a mirror effect where he says, hey, I'm talking to myself. And we have this like over-the-shoulder shot, like almost like he's talking to himself in a mirror. They did the same shot in Fake Love where they kind of like put their hands up and talk to themselves. That's a super interesting thing that I'm seeing repeated in BTS's work. Oh, Jungkook, just with the... Come on, man, you can't be doing that to me. That's cool. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed this, but Jin turns around right here, but all of his other reflections, except for this little tiny one that you can see, didn't turn around. So the way that they do that is you set the camera and then you shoot him just staring at himself. And then what you do is we just cut out this little bit right here. And then you include that part of the shot for the outside parts of the image. And this part is a different shot that's playing, but we can't tell that it's two different shots because it's a static camera and the background always remains the exact same. Ooh! That's so good. This might be one of my favorite shots of the video. Look at these stills. Like, look at the way that his body looks because of the wide angle lenses. Like, his foot looks so close, his head looks so far away. It's just amazing. And then watch the camera operator here in this camera movement. The camera operator adjusts the speed at which the camera is traveling back to the choreography. Watch. Slow, fast, slow, fast. That's so good. Just those details, bro.
여기까지 조단 오름의 유튜브 하이라이트를 감상하셨고요. 그의 유튜브 채널에 가시면 방탄소년단뿐만 아니라 다양한 K-팝 가수들의 뮤직비디오 분석 영상이 많이 있으니까 한번 찾아가셔서 보시기를 추천드립니다. 그럼 저는 더욱 흥미로운 영상으로 돌아오겠습니다. 그럼 이만.